Well, now we got this going on. It's raining styrofoam. I guess, I don't know. It looks like little pieces of styrofoam. My goodness. Everything that can possibly happen weather-wise is happening every day right now. It's wild. Alright, let's take a look at Rocky here. Where's my Rocky? There he is. Okay, now, oh, there's a piece of paper towel on the floor. Yeah. Oh my gosh, Rocky. What's going on? It's crazy out there. It's totally crazy. Hey, there's going to be more water in my oil than oil. I'm doing french fries out there, but all that weird stuff is landing in them. In the pot. Yeah. What a good boy. Do you know you're a good boy? My goodness, eh? What a wonderful good boy you are. Very. Yeah, very. You know what I have to do? I have to get the bottles out of the bed and start doing the water bottles. It is crazy. Winter is having a fit. It's mad, I guess. It knows it's got to go and it's not happy about it. So it's really giving us a working over anyway. Well, you know, one thing about it, living the way I'm living, you learn to appreciate small comforts. And sleeping on clean bedding last night was nice. For sure it was. It was. Yes, it was, Rocky. You know what? I can't take these out. There, really, I can't. Because they're going to get all covered in wet stuff and everything. So I'll have to do it in here. My goodness, eh? What do you think, my Rocky? My Rocky cat? Oh my. Hey, you. What a good boy. He likes to keep track of what I'm doing. He likes to see what I'm doing. He seems very interested. He does in what I'm doing. Hey? Good boy. You're such a good boy. I love you very much, you know. I do. You're my Rocky. You are. I gotta get these bottles out of here, though. And you know why? Because, my friend, I've got to get him out here to do. Here we go now. Oh boy. Ha. It's kind of funny. I came across the Facebook page for my old elementary school where I went when I was a kid. And boy, have things changed, I'll tell you. It ain't what it was. It's different. That's probably good in some ways, but it's kind of bad too in a way. I don't know. I think they're raising an awful bunch of pansies these days. You know, I don't know how the kids are going to cope with real life. The world's a darn hard place. And I think it went too far the other way when I was growing up. I mean, we had teachers that would beat us and publicly humiliate us and everything else. So I can't say that was right. But now, holy smokes. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a lot of confidence in that. I don't think it's going to be good. Really, I don't. Oh, these are sticking to the bottom of the pot here. Okay, it's a good thing I got in here and shifted them a bit. I did. In town today, speaking of it being a tough world and whatnot, there's a whole bunch of undercover police cars in town today. So I'm thinking maybe there's going to be another series of drug raids. I don't know, but that's what I'm thinking anyway. The wind out here is unbelievable. But I noticed that though when I was in town. The undercover police cars are out in full force. So the town the town is kind of lousy with undercover cop cars right now, so parked on the sides of the streets and driving up the streets and everything, so I'm expecting that there's going to be a bunch of doors kicked in soon or something. Anyway, you know, I guess that'll serve the people right for selling dope or whatever they're doing, I don't know. But still, quite a thing anyway. You can always tell when something's about to happen in a small town. When you see a sudden influx of strange police cars, especially unmarked cars, then you know that something big is about to go down anyway. Yeah, wouldn't be the first time in Smiths Falls, that's for sure. Anyway, like I say, I just noticed a website for my old school. Like the Facebook page there, it's all, I don't know, it's like a big episode of Barney the Dinosaur there. I don't know, I don't think that's going to translate to the real world very well. Like I say, I noticed that we go to unhealthy extremes though in society. When I was young, we were probably too far gone the other way. You know, we probably were too far gone in the sense that it was too much, you know, what went on. I remember when I was in grade 3 or 4, our music teacher was a nun by the name of Sister Bernice Boyle, and we had to learn the recorder. If you all remember the recorder, that flute-like instrument, you know. Anyway, I wasn't good at it. I was just terrible at it. And Sister Bernice didn't have a lot of patience for those of us who weren't good at the recorder. And if you didn't have a natural talent for it, she didn't have a lot of patience for you. Anyway, she hauled me up to the front of the classroom by the ear. Hauled me up out of my desk, took me up by the ear, and hauled me up in front of the classroom one time. And she shoved the recorder into my mouth. And she got behind me, kind of squatted down behind me, put her arms around me, and she put her hands on my fingers on the recorder over the holes. And she was trying to move my hands over the holes, move my fingers over the holes, while she was roaring, "Blow! Blow! Blow!" at the top of her lungs, and stomping her right foot on the floor beside me. And yelling, "Blow! Blow!" You know, and trying to force my fingers over the holes. I got teased about that for, well, I was a grown man and people were still teasing me about that. I'd show up somewhere and somebody would start saying, "Blow! Blow!" You know? So yeah, anyway, a lot of stuff like that used to happen. I remember when I was in high school, one of the lads called a teacher by his first name. And the teacher had him by the throat and was pushing him up against the parked car. It was outside is where this happened. He was pushing him up against the parked car and had both hands around the guy's throat, choking him out. And he says, "What did you just say? What did you just say to me?" You know? Anyway, so he said it again, only using the teacher's Mr. So-and-so instead of calling him by his first name. He was barely able to speak because he was being choked out, but he managed to get the words out. And so the teacher let him go. And the teacher said to him, he said, "Don't you ever make that mistake again." He said, "You think you're my equal or something? You know, don't you ever make that mistake again." So I remember stuff like that when I was in school anyway, and that's just how it was. But I was in grade 8. Our grade 8 teacher was just a young woman. I don't know why they do this. Maybe it's a baptism by fire thing or something. But they often put a young woman in charge of a grade 8 class as her first teaching assignment. That's what they did to this lady anyway. In my class, the guys in my class, some of them were just awful, you know. You imagine, grade 8. what guys in grade 8 are like. Anyway, he used to have her running out of the classroom in tears. She'd be so upset, you know. And anyway, this teacher, the same one who had been called by his first name and had taken hold of the guy for doing that, he had started dating her. They eventually got married, actually. Anyway, he got a bunch of the ringleaders in the back. We called it the back field, the schoolyard in behind the school there. He got a bunch of them back there, and he had a meeting with them. And he let them know that if there was any more trouble in that classroom, that he would personally seek out each and every one of them and beat the shit out of them. And he was a former correctional officer too, that teacher was. He'd worked in the jail, you know, so prior to being a teacher, so he wasn't somebody to fool around with anyway. But I remember that anyway too. Yeah. But I mean, now it seems like it's gone completely the opposite way and to an extreme. So I think what we've done is we've gone from one unhealthy extreme to another. And I don't know anyway. I just couldn't help but to think the world's going to eat those kids alive. You know, if they don't get toughened up somehow. Anyway, I guess that's it for now. Just here making my french fries and kind of sort of enjoying the day as best I can with the weird weather. And you can see the top is frozen up there on my water there. It's a big plug of ice there. Yeah. Anyway, that's it. I guess we'll talk to y'all later. We'll close with a view of the french fries. Bye for now.